Hello, I'm Leanne Spar. In this section, we will discuss present value and future value. The specific objectives we will cover are: define the terms future value and present value, and use tables to calculate present value. Let's begin with a definition of present value and future value. Present value is the amount needed today so that some future value will be available when needed. Future value is an amount available at a specific date in the future. You can see that present value is a value that will grow to the future value in the future. Now let's look at two examples of calculating present value and the interest earned. In this exercise, $20,984 is needed in 9 years. The money is invested at 10% compounded quarterly. What we need to do first is to find I, which is our interest rate per period. That will be 10% divided by 4 quarterly, which gives us 2.5%. Then we need to find the number of compounding periods. That's 9 years. Quarterly is times 4, so that's 36 periods. We now go to our present value table and find the present value factor that we multiply in order to find the present value of this investment. These numbers are very small, and I know you can't read this, but in the present value table, we have the interest rate per period across the top, which goes from 1% to 12%, and we have down the side the number of periods that go from 1 to 49. We locate I across the top at 2.5%, and we go down to N of 36, and we find our factor from the table to be 0.41109. So the present value of this amount is $20,984 multiplied times 0.41109, which is 8626.31, $8,626.31. And the interest earned is $20,984 subtract $8,626.31, and the interest earned is $12,357.69. So $8,626.31 invested today at 10% compounded quarterly will grow in 9 years to $20,984. Teresa Tabor wishes to start her own daycare business in 4 years and estimates that she will need $25,000 to do so. What lump sum should be invested today at 6% compounded semi-annually to produce the needed amount, and how much interest will be earned? We will have to consult our present value table, in which I, the rate per period, is 6% divided by 2, because it's 6% compounded semi-annually, so I is 3%, and N, the number of compounding periods, is 4 years, semi-annually is 8 periods. So we look in the present value table, we look down the column headed 3%, and we go down to the row where N equals 8, and we obtain the factor 0.78941. So our lump sum will be $25,000 multiplied times 0.78941, which is $19,735 $2,000.25. The interest she will earn will be the difference between the $25,000 and the $19,735.25, which gives us $5,264.75. So $19,735.25 invested today at 6% compounded semi-annually will in 4 years grow to the needed $25,000, and the interest earned will be $5,264.75. In this section, we have discussed present value and future value. So now you can determine how much money is needed to grow to a specific amount at some date in the future. So now you need to practice some of these problems and calculate the present value.